Gianna, I'm going to start with you. I know Chris said he watched a couple clips of this, but you guys, I'm sure in the comment section, been watching the New York Giants and, the Giants live thing where they showed Abdul Carter's draft process and Jackson Dart was on there today. What do you think about that so far? What were your impressions of what they're doing there?
I loved it. I know a lot of people were hit or miss on Hard Knocks last year, but I just loved getting to see that behind the scenes way of everything being done, especially on draft night. So I really appreciate that they gave us a little snippet into that this year with Giants Life. And, you get to see Joe and Dable behind the scenes with the trade and how that all went down. You can see Joe Shane stressing about it, but ultimately he did a really nice job of playing out the board and really seeing how everything was going to go down. And obviously it worked in the Giants' favor. So I thought that was interesting. And I really liked seeing a little bit more into the top 30 visits. That I thought was great last year from Hard Knocks too. What I thought was really interesting about it was the first episode they showed Abdul Carter, and during his top 30 visit and the visit at the combine, most of the questions and the work was coming from the outside linebackers coach as opposed to Shane Bowen. And I thought that was really interesting because I kind of just felt like, you saw the excitement of Shane Bowen and all of the coaches when they drafted Abdul Carter. And I just kind of thought like maybe we'll get to see more from Bowen. Like this is the guy that I think everyone has question marks on and feel like, he's walking a tightrope of if one thing goes wrong, he's getting fired. So I wanted to see him really invested with Abdul Carter and asking him all these questions like Dable did last year with the quarterbacks. So I thought it was interesting that we didn't see a lot of that. And it could just be the way that they clipped it out. It was like a 13-minute video that encapsulated all of draft night, the top 30, the combine and everything. So, I know they had to cut things out, but I just thought it was interesting how the outside linebacker coach was really involved, the questions that they asked him. I loved that quote when he was asked about learning the 5 different positions. He said, I'll learn all of them, give me them all. So I love that type of attitude from a player. I think we're really seeing it from him and Scattaboo and Jackson Dart. It's like the more you get to see from these guys, I think it's really easy to love their personality and their fight and competitiveness and the fact that they're Giants and they came here and they want to win. And, you see it from Abdul Carter and you see it from Jackson Dart in their FaceTimes and stuff. And what I thought was so funny was Jackson Dart, after they draft him, I don't know if you guys saw this, they FaceTime him and, it's him and all of the coaches and stuff in the room. And he says, you guys know I wanted to be with the Giants. I'm so happy you drafted me. I love you guys. Yeah. And everyone's bursts out laughing. And I just was like, oh God, he's like really making me like excited. And I really like Dart. And, Abdul Carter saying with his agent, Drew, and his dad that New York was their number one place. This is where they wanted to be. And I know it's easy to say after getting drafted here, but I think you just really feel their excitement come through the video. And I just felt like, God, I'm so excited for these guys. And I just don't want them to let me down.